and craft. There are a lot of things you can do out of art. Personally, I love art, and I studied it at my A level, yes, and I passed it highly. So it's just inside of me. So be creative, do a lot of things out of you can use the threads, and you just come up with a tablecloth. You can do the doormats, you can do the rugs, you can do bags where your child can store phones and all that. Yeah, you can do research on how to do those things, especially the doormats. I know how to do the doormats with the threads and the sack. Yeah, the usual sack, maybe where they put sugar when you're buying sugar in bulk. So learn to just let your child learn these art and craft skills, because sometimes even at school they don't get time to learn these things. But I've been researching about those craft things in Uganda right now, and people are earning out of that art and craft. So ironing, does your child know how to iron? Or you're worried they'll burn their little hands and all that. I want to really thank our parents, because back then they would let us do anything. They would introduce us to a lot of housework, and in that way they really equipped us, because we are now mothers, but it's really easy. It's like eating a chocolate or a sweet. So have your child learn how to iron. Potty training for the toddlers, because you're a working mom and you're at home maybe over the weekends. So this is the time you're with your baby, and they're close to 2 years, but they don't know how to use potty, and you're always suffering with cleaning up after them every time. This is a good time for you to just train them. I really had a very hard time training my son how to use potty. Sometimes I could even point at it and tell him, don't do here. When you do susu on the floor, it's bad. You can just, potty. Every time you want to do susu, come to the potty. But right now, he's almost making 2 years old. He's 22 months. And every time he wants to, use the potty, he carries it himself and then he sits on it. Wow. Yeah, so in case your child hasn't mastered it, this is the perfect time for you to teach your child how to do this. And there's a skill of reading out loud. Call it reading out loud, where you want to help your child gain some confidence. Some kids have a low self-esteem, they cannot express themselves. But as a parent, you can cut this, you can take care of this during the lockdown, yes? How? Have them read out loud. Give them a text, or maybe a verse in the Bible, or anything, or maybe a page in the newspapers, or it could be a book. Have them read anything out loud, and before you know it, after the lockdown, they'll be able to express themselves and they'll have gained a little confidence. And the other skill is first aid, basic first aid skills that you can teach your child during the lockdown. Let's say you have, maybe they've burnt themselves or they have a burn. What do you do? If you've cut yourself, what is the first thing you do? If you're choking, if your nose bleeding, if you've broken a hand, have them learn these things, because sometimes you will not be around, you'll be at work, and they'll have an accident. In case as kids they have an accident and you're not around, at least they can help each other as they give you a call to rush home and take care of the situation. The last tip or the last skill is talk time. Yes, talk. Always spare some time to talk with your child. Yes, talk with your child. Let them get used to mom and dad sparing time to talk to them. I like my dad for that very thing, because he introduced us to the family meeting. Every time you have done something wrong, he would schedule a family meeting and have a secretary in the meeting as well. So but we got used to that culture. So start a culture right now in the lockdown, a family culture right now in the lockdown that will yield positive fruits in your child even as they grow up. Right now, I also do I schedule family meetings in my own home with the people I stay with. If they've done something wrong, I want to settle it as a family. When my husband is around, I'm around, and that person, because sometimes we stay with our siblings. So for us, when we need to talk to our children, some of them are teenagers, and sometimes teenagers are hard to deal with because they're going through a phase. And talking to them sometimes can help a lot. At times you don't have to back at them, you don't have to fight with them, you just have to sit down with them and ask them what's going on and listen to them and respect some of their views and then correct them where they are wrong, but have that peaceful talk. These skills not only equip your children, but they also help you to bond with them. They can help you to build their imagination, especially the toddlers or the really young ones. You can build their imagination, and then you can strengthen their muscles, because every time they are in the middle of doing something, they're washing, they're cooking, they're playing, they're doing all these things, their muscles are exercising. And remember to work out also. Work out with your children. You don't think that workouts are only for the adults. Work out with your children. Let them use their muscles, especially right now that we spend a lot of time at home. Yes. So that was it for today. I hope you have picked a few life skills that you can teach your children during the lockdown and have fun while doing them. And I really hope they'll help your children during this lockdown. I want to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting parenting topics, information, tips, and life hacks to make your life as a parent very easy and very. Tune in next time. It's me, Sizzling Shine Matabu. See you next time. Bye bye.